Today, we're going to talk about hormone replacement therapy after having the gastric bypass or a major weight loss. Hello, I'm Grant, and I'm trying to live forever. I lost over 300 pounds using the gastric bypass, and I'm hoping to give you the tools and resources you can have the same kind of result. Today we're going to talk about after the fact, after having the bypass, hormone replacement therapy. Now, I've been after now for about 17 years, and I started 3 years ago. I started replacement therapy because I started really feeling down and wasn't sleeping well and just felt completely off. Like there was something wrong, but there wasn't anything wrong. And I went and got myself tested for my hormone levels, for my testosterone levels, and I found out I was really low. Lower than normal. Lower than optimal. Let's put it that way. So there's a couple of clinics around where I'm at where they do replacement therapy, and I got in and started the process, and now I take an injection every Sunday, once a week, for a low dose, and it's made a huge difference in everything in my life. I'm a proponent of it. I really think that if your hormones are off, everything else is off. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty of this. This is not for everybody. But when you have a very rapid weight loss, a medically restricted weight loss, it affects everything in your body, including your hormones. Everything. It's a consideration after you get medically cleared to try it, to do it. Talk to your doctor about it. This is something not to play with. This is not something that you can buy off the shelf at GNC and do. By the way, testosterone boosters are all bullshit. Anything over the shelf to boost your testosterone is ridiculous. It just is. There isn't anything that you can take that does it. When it comes to replacement therapy, it's creams or injections. That's it. There isn't anything over the shelf that you can do. You have to go for the real deal, but you have to do it medically. Number one, like I said, it's not for everyone. If you get tested and you have they say, okay, we'll just go some numbers. They say a normal male's range 45 to 55 should be about 200, which I don't believe. A normal range, say for a 30-year-old, they say is between 300 and say 850 liters per blood. And as you get older, the level slowly reduces by a percentage every year, they say. That's the percentage numbers that the doctors give out, that the studies have done. I've played with it over the last 3 years to get it to where it's right for me, where there's two considerations that you have to watch closely with blood work if you decide you're going to try to do replacement therapy. The first one is your hematocrit, and the hematocrit is the thickness of your blood, the viscosity of your blood. If you've been a large person for a large period of time, you are going to have a little bit of overuse for your heart because of just carrying the weight, okay? So if you've been off for a couple of years, that has to be a consideration, your heart health. You can't just go in and start blasting testosterone and it not have adverse effects. You have to go at this low and slow. This is another one of those baby steps. baby steps, one small step at a time, okay? So you have to watch your hematocrit. It can't get up. It just can't, because the viscosity of your blood, it can cause clots. It can cause all kinds of bad things. You have to watch your hematocrit really close. The other one is red blood cell count. You have to watch it real close. It goes hand in hand with hematocrit. High red blood cell count is not a good thing either. You're overproducing, which your testosterone is going to do. Testosterone is also going to raise your triglycerides and LDL levels. It just does. It's part of the mechanism when you have the hormones. It's going to raise those. Okay, so I've played with it, like I said, for 3 years. I've hit the sweet spot, but it took me 3 years to get to the sweet spot where my dosage is right, where my levels are right, where it's giving me the effects I'm looking for health-wise, sleep-wise, appetite-wise, general just function-wise, without any of the adverse effects of if you were heavy dosing. It takes time, and you have to work so closely with your doctor that's prescribing this to you. This is not one of those, you just do it and forget it and you go blasting and taking shots all the time. And no, this is not that. This is for health functions. Everything in your life is regulated by your hormones, whether you're a male or a female. My wife is in the process right now of getting her hormones checked and see what we have to do to regulate her hormones, because she's hot flashing, cold flashing. She's she's emotional, and she's not emotional, and she's cold, and she's hot. It's a roller coaster right now because I think her hormones are out of whack. It's just part of life, but a little bit of help, not a lot of help, a little bit of help. And watch your blood levels and do all of this under a doctor's supervision. All of it. If you try to do this on your own, you're a fool. And I'm not saying this. I am not a doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor. I'm saying I am doing this under my doctor's supervision. And I get blood work done more often than not because I'm doing this, because I'm like my diet. I'm one little small step at a time. We try something, we get blood work done. We change this, we get blood work done. We add that, we get blood work done. It's trial and error over the last 3 years. And now for the last 6 months, I've been steady, same dosage. Results are great. I'm sleeping good. I feel good. I have energy. My clarity is back. Everything that was happening bad 3 years ago has been fixed, along with being on the therapy. Talk to your doctor. And I'm going to tell you right now, the first thing they're going to do is say you need to go to an endocrinologist. And the second thing they're going to say is they're going to get you to a sleep study. I did not do that. I'm about to have a sleep study. I'm doing testing right now, but right now what I'm doing is I did with a wellness doctor, local, that works hand in hand with my regular doctor. So I'm actually going to 2 doctors, but they're working together and they're communicating with each other, because regular doctors that come out of medical school that don't have an open mind, that just go by the book, aren't going to want to treat you for replacement therapy. They just aren't. They're just not trained in it. They don't want to do it. It's a rat's nest to them that they don't want to deal with. But I'm lucky because I have 2 doctors that like each other, that speak to each other, that communicate with each other, and together we've got a plan going, and everything seems to be working just fine. So it's a consideration. If you've had the surgery for quite some time ago and you're feeling down and it seems like things just don't feel right, get your hormones level checked. It's a very simple thing. I think my free and total and estrogen levels and everything that I got tested, I think it was $60. It wasn't very much. I mean, I have insurance, but I mean, it wasn't much to get the blood work. You just got to get a doctor to ask for it. Just ask, can I get my hormone levels checked? Get some blood drawn, get a sent off, and see what they are. And go from there. But always, always do it under a doctor's supervision. Don't ever do anything on the street. Always through the doctor. Okay? Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all have a great day. Because a great day today can mean a better day tomorrow. Y'all be good.